why we don't read Sarah J. Maas books on our period. What did Hunt whisper to her? What did he whisper to her? Because I yield my crown, my title, to the queen. Okay, not really spoilers, but theory. I think Agent Daybright is gonna be a woman. There's no way that it's a man. Hello, everyone. We're gonna finish House of Sky and Breath today, right now, in this spot. It's probably gonna be dark by the time we finish it, but we're gonna finish it. Okay? Okay, because I went and got House of Flame and Shadow today. I got the Barnes edition. I have no idea what POV is in this, or like if there is one, but like the end papers, or like the inside, whatever you call them, are really pretty. So that's cool. So I'm so excited. So this is like putting a flame under my ass to get this read. So we're here. I have been reading on my Kindle. However, if it like picks up really good, I think I might pick up the physical one and like start annotating as I go. It really just depends how I'm feeling. I might just keep reading on my Kindle because it's comfy. But yeah, I don't know. I've been reading on my Kindle exclusively since like November, and that's just like so not normal for me usually. So I've just been craving like holding a paperback so bad, but also these books are huge. And I have the hardback of House and Flame and Shadow, but I think I also will have it on my Kindle because me and my grandmother share a Kindle library and she is with it and she has been awaiting this release. So yeah, we're gonna sit here. We are, how many pages are we in? Did I not hit it? Hello? We are 323 pages in. 41% though, so we're getting there. We're getting there. So we still have a good 500-ish pages to go. So we're gonna be here. It's literally like 2 p.m. if that. Yeah, it is 2 p.m. Wow, the clock's right there. Who knew? And yeah, I've packed all my stuff. Like all my books are packed up. Sad. My room is just a wreck because everything's been like torn down. But yeah, we are just gonna read the rest of the day because tomorrow, I honestly, like if I don't finish this today, I still have like tomorrow morning too, but I really need to get this done because I can't wait. I really wanted to finish House of Sky and Breath before I move because I'm gonna be so busy with moving, and then I work like 3 days after I move. And I just know I'm not gonna have any time to read. So I at least want to be like, oh, I'm done with House of Sky and Breath. That way I have like that cliffhanger under me to be like, I've got to start the next one. So that's the plan. So I'm just gonna sit here. We're gonna put on a little ambiance and we're gonna read. The other day, I opened my TikTok. It was like 6 a.m. One of the first videos I see is this girl being like, can't wait to read more about Rune and the Hind. And I said, the fuck? I don't know anything about that. So now I'm like, because I've already been trying to guess who Agent Daybright is. At first I was like, oh my god, it's gonna be Danica or something, like is she not dead? Delusional. But now I'm like, because I know there's this blonde girl and I forgot her name, but I saw an art of her and I was like, where is she gonna come in? And then so I'm like, maybe she is Agent Daybright. But now I'm like, okay, well, what if she's Agent Daybright, but she's also the Hind? And so I'm just like, man, I'm gonna be so, like, mad. I'm mad that they spoiled it for me, but at the same time, I'm like, I don't know. That would be a twist, so. Murdoch is Danica's father? She had to have known that. If she can smell or whatever, like people's bloodline, she had to have known who her father was, especially if he came around. Unless he never came around, but like that would totally make sense why she's been like digging into all this stuff. Wow. Danica, she's just a mystery. Like, it's crazy that we just keep figuring out all this stuff about her. And it's not even just like a little bit. It's like, dang girl, like she was on it. That's why like sometimes I'm like, is she even dead? Because I feel like she's so freaking smart and like a step ahead, like 10 steps ahead of everyone, that I would not be shocked if she like was never dead to begin with. But unfortunately, I'm sure that she is. especially because she spoke to her soul and all of that, so it's really sad. But yeah, like, is the Hind day? Oh my god. This is crazy. Like, what if she's just putting up a ruse, you know? Like, this whole time she has just been brought up and she's faking it. What if she's faking it? Oh, this is why I hate spoilers, because now I'm like reading too much into it, and I usually just like to go along for the ride. I don't like to guess things. I don't really like, I like to go on the journey, you know? Like, I like to figure it out as it goes. And yeah, but it's okay. Also, Hunt and Bryce, like, being mates, or like calling each other mates, it's so sweet. It's so cute. And I kind of like that. Like, I like how in the other books it was like, you know, like a mate was like a, like, you knew it, you know? But like, I don't know, I like how it was so like almost like classy and traditional in those books, and now because we're in like a more modern era, it's not as much like that. Plus they're like, Hunt's not even fae, like, he's other, like, angel, you know? So there's like other species or whatever. But I just love that we're like, well, what, you know, like, if you're not my mate, then nobody is. So I just think they're so cute. I love them so much. Good morning, everyone. It's the next day. Am I in the same outfit as yesterday? Yes. I just woke up and got Starbucks, and I literally just needed to put on a hoodie and sweatpants. And I'm also like all packed up, so I just put on the same clothes. It's fine. So here's the stitch. We're like almost 600 pages in to House of Sky and Breath. Thank God. We're on 588, chapter 54. Finally, it started to get good. I will say, though, that like things started to happen, and it was like so fast that I was like, what is going on? Like, I didn't understand like what was happening, but like I did, and then I just like found myself getting really confused. Because it's like we throw in these characters and then we like don't talk about them for a minute and then we throw them back in. I just like, it's just so much. Like, she's just so freaking like incredible, and I just I'm just stupid sometimes, and I don't know what the heck. Like, I'm just getting so confused for a second, and I was like, who's who? Who's fighting for who? Who's the bad guy? Everybody's the bad guy. It's like us against the world. Oh my god, oh my god. I thought the crying was supposed to be at the end. God, I'm only on page fucking 602. Oh my god, I thought I wasn't supposed to cry till the end. I can't read it. I can't read anymore. No. Oh my god. I don't want him to be dead. I can't look at it. Spoiler section. A demon just ripped out Ethan's throat. Literally, if he wasn't okay, I think I would have died. I'm so glad he's okay. He already goes through it so much. Like, literally, she's like, there was no one call for Ethan. No family, no friends, no pack, no one except Rune. Nobody except Rune. Oh my god. This is why we don't read Sarah J. Maas books on our period. Hypaxia and Therion? I never saw this coming. Update, it was not Hypaxia and Therion. It was Hypaxia and Celestina. Go the fuck off, okay? Go the fuck off. Because I was like, cool. Like, okay. It was not that. I mean, I just be guessing who these people are into, and I just don't know. Like, there was a point where I was like, do Ethan and Therion have a fucking chemistry? I guess they didn't. Oh, I don't know. Today's the day. We are finally finishing House of Sky and Breath. clearly I've moved, as you can tell. Happened so quickly. I haven't read in like 5 days, so here we are. Sorry, I'm so tired. Yeah, I haven't read in like 5 days. I just simply haven't had the time. I've just been working and unpacking and everything. I've also just like kind of not been very motivated to read. And I think it's just because I'm busy, but we have 100 pages left and I cannot wait to finish this. I'm scared. I'm so very scared. But we've got our cozy little reading corner ready. We're gonna put on some music and we're gonna grind and we're gonna finish this right here, right now. I'm terrified. I already have Crescent City 3 over there ready to go. Will I jump right into it? I'm not really sure because I'm kind of scared that Crescent City has been kind of adding to my reading slumpness just because they're so huge, and this one especially, like the first one honestly was way easier to get into than I thought it would be. The second one, not so much. So I don't know how I'm gonna feel about just jumping right into the third one, but I think the ending will tell us which, you know, if we want to go into it or not. So that's the plan. We are super comfy in our sweats. Haven't even showered yet because I'm like, I know that I'm about to bawl my eyes out probably. So enough of that. I'll keep you updated. I'm really sad that I was already spoiled about Day being behind. Fuck that bitch that spoiled it for me. Fuck you, honestly. Like, I will say it. But it's okay. It's fine. Honestly, in a way, it like kind of made me excited to read because I knew who it was. But it still pissed me off a little bit. I hate being spoiled. I hate it, hate it, hate it. But yeah, we just found that out. I literally have like 30 pages left. Wow. And then Danica, she had a mate? What the fuck? I swear book 3 is gonna come. We're still gonna be finding shit about Danica that like we never knew. She is just she's a crazy bitch. Anyway, I'm reeling and I'm like, everything's just happening so fast. I'm a little confused. Thank God for Carrie Reed's making summary videos or whatever. Anyway, I gotta keep reading. Oh my God, how did we get here? How did we get here? Oh my God, this is too much. This is too much emotion. I'm reeling right now. I have every emotion going on in my head. I'm like so excited and so upset at the same time. Hope is like, what the fuck is going on? Oh my God, it's very sad. I'm gonna die. Oh my God, I knew it. I knew it because I was spoiled, but like, oh my God, it's so different. Oh my God. I like couldn't cry until I finished the last word because I was so focused and I had no emotion. What did Hunt whisper to her? What did he whisper to her? What did he say? God. Damn it. What the fuck did I just read? Good morning, party people. We have begun House of Flame and Shadow. So I've actually been reading it for a couple days and I'm almost to page like 400, which is crazy, but I've been reading like at work, before work, and I just really haven't had any thoughts. Like I haven't been able to like just get on here and say anything. It's really good so far. I'm scared because it's so long. Like I think I'm just not necessarily burnt out, but I'm just like, wow, this is like so long and it's taking me forever. And I think it's just because House of Sky and Breath took me literally like 3 weeks to read, and I just can't do that again. So I think that's the only reason why I'm like freaking out a little bit, but I'm already about to be halfway through and I just started a couple days ago, so I think we're fine. But I really need to read some more. I took the page count off my Kindle and just like I'm doing percent, like, or not percent, minutes left in chapter, because that's just so much easier for me to be like, oh, look how like fast this chapter is, because the chapters are really fast. I think I was just like watching the pages tick by and I'm like, it makes me want to cry. I remembered something. The fact that Rune and Hunt and Baxian were literally joking while they were being tortured in the fucking prison. Like, it's so bad, but like I want the shirt that says "To Fae and an angel walk into," or whatever the hell. What is it? A Fae prince and something walk into a dungeon. It's not supposed to be funny, but it's so funny. But the fact that they're sitting there joking, like, they literally made me so sad. And the fact that Lydia is like having to pretend and hurt them even more, like especially Rune, that just like literally hurts me so bad. Like the way it sucks so bad. Lydia carries everything. Like, Lydia is she's the bomb. I hate everything for her. It hurts so bad. Oh my god. Lydia's a mother? She's a mom? Oh my god. Good morning, everyone. We're continuing the journey. I worked the past 3, and I did read a good amount. Like, now I'm on 66%. Let's see. I have hair everywhere. Oh, that's not what I meant to do, but it's okay. We're on page 614 out of like 950. I'm gonna do. We have some ambiance. We have our little coffee. Also, like, look how cute this little cup is. Isn't it adorable? I got it off Amazon. And it's like a pack of 4. And they're smaller than I thought, but I literally drink 2 shots of espresso when I'm drinking coffee at home. And this is like the perfect size, because this is like kind of small. But I love it, because usually my coffee's like, I don't drink like a whole cup, you know? It usually doesn't like fill up a whole cup, so it's so cute and perfect. But yeah, thoughts so far. The big things that have happened is like Lydia and Rune have been, you know, dancing around each other. We found out Lydia has kids, and I don't know. I like where that went in a way, because like it did take them a minute to like forgive each other. Like, it's just a really hard relationship that they have, and I kind of like it. Like, I see how in some ways people are like, oh, that's so annoying, but I think I like it, because it's like they literally didn't know who the other, like, each other were, like, this whole time. Lydia, I stand her. I love Lydia. She is a bad bitch, and she's just like so easy to love. I don't know, she's awesome. And then Hunt and Bryce basically finally are like fighting and being like, we're not on the same page, kind of thing. So like they were fighting like under the cave or whatever. Yeah, and I don't even know where we are. And then she was like, oh, Hunt was like, no, I'm just, what did she say? I don't know. They were fighting, and he was like, I just don't want you to get hurt, like, whatever. And she's like, well, I just feel like you're just going along with this. And he's like, well, I am. And she's like, well, that's not good enough. And I was like, oh, shit. So that's where we are. We're still in Avalon or whatever, trying to find anything of use. So hopefully I can speed through a little bit of this. But yeah, I mean, I'm really enjoying it. It's just that I really want it to be over. The line will end with me, you fucking prick, Rune said into his father's mind, because I yield my crown, my title, to the queen. Oh my god, I love him. This is so iconic. Fuck the Autumn King for real. Like, fuck him. Fuck everything he stands for. Oh my god. I'm so glad he's gone. He needed to go. He needed to go. Bad. Okay, today's the day that we will actually finish Crescent City 3. I simply can't read this book anymore. And I'm loving it. Don't get me wrong. I'm loving it. And like even yesterday, I was kind of flying through it for like an hour or so. Oh my god, I do have that. Oops. Anyway, but that little TBR card over there, that's keeping me alive. That's keeping me motivated because I have so many good books on there that I need to get to right now. So we're gonna look, I'm crippled again. I just hurt my wrist, but like it's not that bad. It hurts. So I got a little splint because I'm dramatic. But we have like 200 pages left ish. Probably like 250. No, we have 210 pages, you guys. I'm 78%. My Kindle's got like 26%. We might like near the end just switch to the physical copy. But I don't know if I'm going to want to, like, take the time to annotate, like, what, ugh. So, we're going to finish this today. We're going to finish it. It's only, like, 11:30, and we've got all day. So, we will be finishing this so that we can start another book. Because I need to get out of my reading slump. I really do. Yeah. But since we last spoke, the Autumn King is dead. Screw him. We hate him. And the fact that Rune was like, all hail the queen, like, wow. Rune and Bryce, like, their relationship has, like, really grown on me, and it, like, is so sweet. So, I'm so glad that Therion is, like, growing a pair finally, and, like, I love his character arc. Like, I love seeing that. Like, at first we liked him, but then we were like, oh, actually, you're, like, really immature and just, like, kind of annoying. But then now I'm like, okay, I respect you. And, like, he's finally owning up to his shit. And the River Queen is actually a good person, so I love that. But, yeah, because I was kind of getting tired of his stuff. Like, him and Ethan are just like, bro, you guys are going through it and you're killing me. But it's getting better. Jessima died for her. She gave up her life for her. I can't do it. I can't cope. I knew Jessica was good. I knew that she was a bad bitch. And I knew that she had a heart, and she did. Also, the fact that Rune said, like, my soul will be the one to find yours in the next life. Ah! Hello, everyone. Let's talk some Crescent City. I just wanted to come on here and kind of, like, collectively put my thoughts together because I finally finished the trilogy. Oh my gosh, I don't even think it's a trilogy. Whatever. I finally finished Crescent City 3. And I just needed to, like, kind of get my thoughts out there because I know that I didn't film reading Crescent City 1, like, at all. But that's because I felt like I was actually invested in it. And I kind of read it fast. Like, I read it way faster than the other two, which is actually crazy to me because I thought that this one would be the hardest one to get into because it was just, like, so much world building. That wasn't the case. But anyway, I give Crescent City 1 5 stars for sure. I think everyone just prepared me for it to be, like, super hard to get into, super wordy, and just, like, not that invested, I guess. I just heard so many things that people were like, ugh, it is just such a hassle to, like, get into. And so I guess that just, like, kind of made it easier for me because I was so prepared for it to be hard. And it really wasn't hard. Don't get me wrong. I was definitely confused at first and I was like, I have no idea what's going on. But I just told myself, I was like, just pretend you get it, you know? Carrie Reeds has her summary videos and Magic System, like, summaries, so just go watch that after and it'll make you feel better. So I definitely pretended like I knew what the hell was going on for a while, and then I kind of started to actually know what was going on. I kind of just, like, gaslit myself into understanding. but it wasn't that bad. Like, I still ended the book being like, okay, I'm still slightly confused, or if not confused, I understood it, but not as good as I probably could have, you know? But then going and watching Carrie Reed's on YouTube, her video about Crescent City, she just goes into everything. It's like 2 hours long, and that helped me so much. Just, even if it was things that I like knew and I remembered, it was just like, oh yeah, like, okay. So, and if you can't tell, I'm like still annotating them. I read all of them on my Kindle because I just thought that would be easier, and now I'm going back and annotating them like while I watch TV and stuff. So it's just easy, and hopefully I need to get that done though, because it's kind of a chore, but it's kind of nice because it feels like you're rereading the story. But big things about the book, I would say, like, I just loved that there was a mystery vibe to this, and I feel like that's what kind of drove the plot a little bit, of being like, what happened? You know, like, this big thing happened, and like, we're following a main character who's like really healing and stuff, and I don't know, you're just like following all these clues with her, and it just feels like you're on her journey, like you're together, like figuring all this stuff together. And then obviously we have Hunt that comes in, and like our other side characters, and you're like, okay, this is a vibe. So that's what I really liked about this book. I really can't think of anything else currently. Yeah, I don't know, it just felt like a really great character story. It felt like this was Bryce's story, you know, like this was Bryce's story. We followed her through everything, through all her trauma, and we were just like, oh my god, that happened. The list of things that Danica has kept from us, I'm sure it's still not done. Like, it's got to, there's got to be more, because I kid you not, there's like 50 things on that list. Anyway, we like her, we love her. House of Sky and Breath. I did annotate this one. Look how pretty she is. Isn't that gorgeous? Doesn't that like do something to your brain? I almost gave this a 4 stars. The ending gave it a 4.5. I just couldn't fathom like rating this any lower, and then with the ending it just felt wrong to give it a 4 stars, because I really did enjoy it, and I just kind of rate books based on vibes. But let me tell you, I thought everybody said that this was the one that was easier to get into, but I think it was just the ending that everybody was talking about. This one dragged bad. When I tell you it took me 3 weeks to read this fucking book, oh my god, it took me so long. So then, yeah, I got into it. It's like, at first it was fine, and you know, we're just like going along in life, I guess, because we didn't have that like drive yet of being like, we got to do this. It was kind of like, oh, now like this is what's going on now that everything went down at the end of the other book, and like the demons came in and Bryce kicked their ass, like now we're kind of chilling. And I don't know if it's because we just like saw a lot more POVs, but like people were doing things but like not really doing things, so I don't know if that's why. The beginning wasn't bad, but there, I swear that the first 400 pages of this book was basically pointless. Like, there was just, it was like not much plot was actually happening, and some of it I definitely was needed. Some of it I really enjoyed. I'm not saying that the whole 400 pages was just pointless, but it just did not need to be that many pages. And I do think it maybe was giving middle child syndrome. I know that happens with a lot of second books, but man, I mean, you could have at least shaved off a couple of 100 pages, my goodness. But yeah, but once you got past that like 500 page mark, it definitely got a lot better. I'm like flipping through as if that's gonna like spark me for anything. Also, freaking Celestina pissed me the fuck off in this book. I completely think that Hunt was right for being so damn mad at her, because she was literally like trying to level with him, trying to be like, I get you, I tried to save you after everything happened with Shahar. I literally tried to buy you and they wouldn't let me. And then you just turn around and fucking tell on them, a little tattletale. Ah, that made me so mad. But yeah, I think that honestly Hunt was so much better in the first 2 books. Sorry, there's something in my eye and I just like can't function apparently. Wow. But I think that Hunt in the first 2 books was so much better than House of Flame and Shadow, and I don't know if it's just because like we weren't focusing on him, and I mean, he's on the cover of this book, so I feel like we focus on him a good amount in this one. Hunt kind of fell off after this book, and I don't know why, but like I love his attitude. Like I love that. Like their relationship in this book was definitely different, but I feel like it almost like plays on the fact that this is like a modern fantasy, because you know, like everybody has situationships nowadays, and that's kind of what they were doing, but it wasn't, you know, it was just like, oh, let's like get to know each other, which was really sweet. Like it was so sweet that they were like, you know, a lot happened, and like our feelings for each other are really, you know, like heavy, so let's just like take time to get to know each other. But yeah, so I love that, and I love the tension that came from that. Oh, I ate it up. I feel like Hunt goes back and forth between being super protective and then just simping the fuck out over Bryce, which part of me like didn't like his character a little bit sometimes. Don't get me wrong, I love Hunt so much. And then sometimes I was like, you are daddy. You know, there was just no middle ground sometimes. It was just weird. I feel like in this book he started to be less confident towards like the end of this book, and in that book especially. I feel like all of a sudden Hunt was just like, I don't matter, and that was just weird. It was like, I don't know if he was like kind of losing himself in her. I don't really get it. Somebody else has probably articulated it better than I. Sorry, but I really loved the end of this book, of course. Also, I feel like you'll see me cry. I got really attached to Ethan in this book, and then he really started to piss me off in the next book. And then Therion, loved Therion in the first book. He was just like comedic relief kind of, and then he just started to piss me off. Like after this book, I was like, oh, okay, you're just a stupid guy. Look at like all this trouble you've caused just because you wanted to get wet. Like, what the fuck? So that really pissed me off, because I was like, oh, Therion, like, why would you do that? But he does like redeem himself, like whatever. So I think he gets better, but he just really started annoying me. Both of them annoyed me just a little bit, because they were just like, they were going through it. And then also, if not for like Agent Daybright and Knight, the banter in this book, it would be a lot worse, I think. Oh, so good, because it's just like they just don't know who each other are. I love that we get to see a lot more of Rune in general in this book. I feel like in Crescent City 1 we didn't see him too much, and it was also like, oh, him and Bryce's relationship is okay now, but I love that like you see them grow closer again, and being like, almost just being like, we're apologizing to each other for all the fucking shit we went through, and like them just realizing that they have each other, and that's super like beautiful, you know, like look at what they got out of all of this. I'm just like going on a tangent, but anyway, this book was less than the first, but that's okay. I could knock somebody out with this book. Haven't even begun to annotate it. Very scared for that, but I need to finish annotating the other one first. This one was disappointing in ways, but I still really enjoyed it. So I feel like this one is like a 4.75. Like I really enjoyed it, but it's definitely not, I don't think I could enjoy it to like its fullest extent of like what it could have been, you know? I don't know. So that's where we're sticking for now. I just finished it yesterday. I love the ending. I mean, I feel like Sarah J. Maas is kind of like a happy ending author. She doesn't really like to have like big things that it's like no happy ending, but yeah, there's that. I'm watching her drive away. That's funny. Sorry, my neighbor, I can like see her leaving the apartment. Anyway, I have no words yet on this book. Honestly, I think I might have to like gather my thoughts some more. First of all, I loved going to Valaris in this book. I thought that was so great. It was like a little bit like frustrating at times, because they like obviously weren't really getting along, but I also kind of loved it. I just loved getting to see them in general. I haven't even finished like the bonus chapters that are in the special editions of the books, but I do know, like I haven't read it yet, but I do know that I want a shirt that literally says, are you a club rat, Asriel? It's like, oh my god. But that is just so funny. It's like, can you imagine Asriel just fucking like listening to some rage music, just like, I can't. I've been watching the TikToks and it's hilarious. Also, I was on TikTok yesterday and I saw somebody say like Crescent City spoilers, and I swiped and I was like, oh my god, wait, I can see spoilers now. I've just been skipping everything Crescent City Sarah J Maas related forever. I definitely thought that there would be more crossover than there was, you know? And I mean, we still got a little bit, but I just still feel like I wish at least at the end they would have talked even more and been like, I don't know. And I just kind of hated that it was like, oh, Reese is coming, you better run. You know? I don't know. Like, I totally get it. I get it because they're trying to protect them in their own. And I understand like being mad, but it's also like, they're your ancestors. Like, isn't that kind of cool? I would have at least liked to see Rune and Reese like meet each other, you know? I feel like that would be interesting. Like, could you imagine Rune talking into Reese's mind and being like, what's up, bro? I can't. Okay, so what else can I say? I saw someone say that Lydia carried this whole damn book, and they're right. They're really right. Hunt, like, I saw somebody else say that, like, Hunt basically did nothing of use this entire book, and that is also right. Like, I get it, like, female badass main character, I totally get that, but it's like he was kind of just there on the sidelines, just, like, hanging out, and I was like, okay, whatever, go off king. Still love him, like, I still liked what we got from him, and, like, whatever, but it also just felt like there was so much to be fit into this book that it was like you were just going around like doing a bunch of stuff that you were just like, what is going on? Like, it was like every 2 seconds it was like something new, and then you were throwing in all these other side quests too. And like the beginning, we spent so much time like following Therion doing this, doing that, and then Ethan doing this, doing that, and I'm like, why did we not kind of watch them grow as characters more in the last book, instead of being like okay in the first book and then kind of hating them in the second and then getting better in the third? Because I just feel like that was so much happened in this book that it was just like almost too much to comprehend. And I mean, it only took me like a week to finish. It was probably more than a week, but I don't know. It's not that bad. Like, compared to House of Sky and Breath, oh my god, I read this so much faster, but it still took me forever, and I just feel like there's just so much going on that I like can't even hardly remember what I read, if that makes sense. So I don't know. I'm probably gonna like sit and annotate it a little bit, and if I have more to say, I'll say it. But we liked her. We did. I am so glad that we got it. I'm glad that I finally read the trilogy in general. Like, I just really needed to do that and get that out of the way. So I feel like there's more to be said. I just felt like the beginning was so much info dumping and being like, this is what the Asteri have been doing. It's just a lot. Let me know if you feel the same way. Like, let me know if you feel so just like overwhelmed mentally by these books. Like, it's just so much. But yeah, it's fine. I'm sure that I'll think of more things, but needless to say, I'm glad I read them. Okay, I just had a little bit more to say now that I've like sat on the story. I honestly, excuse me, I was telling my friend yesterday, I was like, the more that I think about this book, the more that I dislike it. And that is not like in a whole, like I still really enjoyed this. I'm still really, really glad that I read it. It was just so much that went on that I think could have been spread out a little bit nicer. And I just think that the Asteri were so, like, they were such a big thing, and the fact that it was so interconnected between like them and Valaris, and like, it's just, they're literally overlords, and it took like this much to beat them. Like, what? This was supposed to be like a whole ass war, and then we spent no part of this book actually fighting them. We didn't get to see like any, like, we were rallying all these people, and for what? Like, we rallied all these people from hell, we saw them enter, but what did they do? Who did they, what did they do? I don't even know what they did. What was the point in that? Because I feel like Bryce kind of just did it by herself. She did everything by herself. She took everything upon herself to do it by herself. Anyway, so my big ick with this book was just that this Bryce was not this Bryce, and it just really makes me so upset because I wanted it. It's just that I feel like that's a valid thing to be upset about, and I wish it wouldn't like put such a bad taste in my mouth because I really like the rest of this book. I wish if she just wasn't such a bitch, then I would love this book like way more. But it's just the fact that like I love that Bryce. I love her so much. I wanted to get a tattoo of her. I thought that she was so cool, and now I hate her. And I'm not getting a tattoo of her because she was a bitch. And I just like, it made me so mad. It made me so upset. She was such a bitch to Azriel and Nesta. She was so backstabbing to them. That's not Bryce. Bryce is such a caring person. She's always been like a, I know where you're coming from kind of person. But it just really pissed me off, which I totally understood. Like, they're not gonna just be like super, let's sit down and have some tea. Like, you want a hug? No, I get that, but it's just like, it just makes me so mad. It makes me so mad. And the fact that Nesta showed that kind of restraint, like, she had to have had like some kind of connection to her, because we all know that Nesta doesn't hold back. Ever. But yeah, I still liked the whole like Valaris crossover. I do really wish that we had Rune and Reese, because all we heard was Rune looks just like Reese, Rune looks just like Reese, but we never got to see them together, so it was kind of like whatever. But yeah, that just made me upset. And Bryce and Hunt's communication just went out the window in this book, and it really just made me upset because I hated that. I hated that it was like he was literally tortured and she just didn't care. She was like, you're acting like you're not on board with this. And he's like, I'm kind of just going along with it because you haven't like given me the option. And she's like, well, that's not good enough for me. Why are we doing this? Why are we dancing around each other? And part of it's Hunt's fault too. I feel like Hunt like lost his balls somewhere. And because I just don't understand that. Like, obviously they're mates and they love each other, but he's got to stand up for himself too. And just the fact that, I don't know, I felt like we were trying to make an Aelin 2.0 where it wasn't needed and it wasn't wanted. So I just, that's my beef. That's my beef with this book. I just feel like I had to say it. There was just so much. I could talk about this book for days. So if you made it this far, thank you so much. I love you. I wish all of the 5-star reads upon you. Like I have that power, but I still wish them for you, okay? You're amazing. I love you guys. I know that filming has been a thing, but if you made it this far, my ACOTAR reading vlog is in progress. I started ACOTAR yesterday, and hopefully we're gonna bang them out, and that vlog will hopefully be a lot better than this one. I'm trying. I'm really trying. But yes, I'm so excited for the reread. So excited. So yes. Thank you guys so much for watching. Thank God this is done. This is done. And I'll see you guys next time.